this one's going to be kind of short. I also apologize. It looks like I uploaded a bunch of things this morning. Actually, I just found a typo in like 5 different videos, and it's just better to correct all that. And who cares about the hits? You want the correct information out there. So this one's going to be about, I decided I'm going to go ahead and deal with the diminished 3 and the diminished 6 chord, and I'll show you where these come from as well. I was initially not going to include these, but there's actually some really cool moves you can do with these 2 chords as borrowed chords, and knowing how to resolve diminished chords is also very handy. Well, possible places they can resolve. So where do these come from? So let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you where the diminished 3 and the diminished 6 comes from. Let's pull up the little map here. Okay, the diminished 3 belongs in Mixolydian. It'd be the 3rd chord of Mixolydian. The diminished 6 actually comes from Dorian, okay? If you were in A Dorian, that's where it'd come from. It'd be the 6th chord of A Dorian. And I thought about this earlier, and the reason is because you could do little sequences like this with 3 different diminished chords there. So let's just go ahead and make that our first sequence. A 1 chord, A major, an F sharp diminished, the diminished 6, the minor 5, the diminished 3, the major 4, the diminished 2. Chords we covered in previous episodes. I'm just doing them in inversions like that, so you really should know inversions as well. So that produces a nice little chromatic kind of like chain. I'm doing these inversions. I'm not going to call them out. You should know what they are, especially if you're watching this video. So another way where we could resolve the 6 diminished is to a G chord, because that naturally pulls to that chord. That the tritones pulls nicely towards that chord. And we could do something like that. Just something as simple as that. So let me play the chords in basic block format. We have the 1, A, the F sharp diminished, G, F, A. So you could do little things like that. So let's do that. Let's do the 1, the F sharp diminished, the G, the F, now the B diminished, the borrowed 2 diminished. You could use it as some kind of ending or something to a phrase. Now, I've just seen these moves so many times, I know that they work. Oftentimes, most time, that diminished is an inversion. If you ever messed with melodic minor in the opposite direction, the chords, the ascending chords going downwards, that's what you could use that for that F sharp diminished. It would occur in that 6th degree. But going downwards, I have a course on this, and I'll link it. And it's free. So you use a major 1 instead. Regular 5, diminished 6, 5, 1. But we'll do it like this. Okay. It's just a nice move you could do, especially when you get on the dominant degree. So it'd be a borrowed chord from melodic minor as well. We could use it as a precursor of a secondary dominant. 5 of 5, I have a course on this too. Secondary dominants, precursor. Diminished chords can often resolve down a perfect 5th to a major chord. So it'd work out nicely to go to that 5 of 5. Of the A, the F sharp half diminished, the B, and then the E. Treating it more of a secondary dominant, not Lydian. So that's what would happen. It just produced a nice half cadence with a secondary dominant kind of effect. If we take that resolving diminished chord on the 3rd degree, it would resolve to a major chord down a perfect 5th. So that would be the 5 of 2. So we could use it as a precursor to that chord. So we could go A, C sharp diminished, F sharp, B minor, E, A. It's a precursor to the secondary dominant. So knowing that diminished chords can always resolve to a major chord fifth down is a good thing to know. So let's do a sequence that doesn't sound as traditional. 1, minor 5, diminished 3, 5 of 2, 2. Now flat 6, flat 7, 1. And doing it slightly musical. So you could intermix this kind of functional kind of movement, secondary dominance, with modality. Or better said, moves that sound more functional and traditional with modal interchange and different kinds of modal interchange moves. You could always use stuff like that. There's no rule that says you can't. That's why I'm doing this video. I just want to do a short one on the diminished chords that would appear in keys related to the A root. And we're just going to leave it at this. That's good enough. So there's just various ways you could use some of the diminished chords. I was going to exclude them, but I'm going to leave this here and I'm going to keep this short, and have a wonderful day.